Hi everybody and welcome to Skill Up. My name is Ahmad Akbari, and today in our IELTS Speaking Part 3 section class, we talked about an important problem in IELTS Speaking Part 3, which happens when you can't understand the question, and we talked about how we can overcome this challenge whenever it happens in IELTS Speaking Part 3. So if you have the same problem that sometimes you can't understand the question in IELTS Speaking Part 3 and you don't know how to ask the examiner to explain about the question, I think this video can give you a lot of new insights. Okay, so my friends, while I was listening to your answers in pairs, I understood that there is something wrong that you're doing here. And it is about when you don't know the question, or maybe you can't understand the question. It is very important for you to know that in IELTS Speaking Part 3, it is normal that sometimes when you are listening to the question for the first time, maybe you can't understand it. Or maybe when you're listening, there is a specific word that is blocking your understanding of the question, or maybe sometimes you're not sure that what you have understood is correct or not. Okay, so now, because of that, we are going to talk about something very important, which is asking for clarification in IELTS Speaking. Okay? First of all, I want you to remember that when you ask for clarification, you don't lose any score in IELTS Speaking. The examiner won't reduce your score because you want them to explain a little bit about the question because you're a little bit confused. So keep it in mind and try to feel relaxed when it happens to you. Basically, clarification in IELTS Speaking Part 3 has three different ways. The first one is when you haven't understood the question. The examiner asks question, and after hearing that, you understand that you haven't understood the whole question itself. For example, the question is, what are the negative effects of consumerism on a society? You listened to the question, but you didn't understand it. Okay? When it happens, please do not start answering because you're not sure. Okay? So, when it happens, use this strategy. Pardon me, would you mind repeating your question? I didn't understand. Or, excuse me, could you repeat your question? I didn't catch it. And the reason that these two structures are helpful is because they are polite. This is a formal setting and we are supposed to be polite. So using would you mind repeating shows that you're a polite person and you need this clarification. This is for what? This is for the times that you didn't understand the whole question. And the second scenario, sometimes you hear a question, but there is a specific word in it which blocks your understanding. Okay, let's get back to our example. What are the negative effects of consumerism on a society? You're listening and say, okay, what does the word consumerism mean? And you get stress. In this situation, there are two possibilities. The first one, you start answering by ignoring the specific word that you don't know the meaning. And most of the time, this is very dangerous because unfortunately, most of the time, these specific words which block your understanding are the specific keywords. And when you don't know their meaning and you start answering, you may go off topic, or maybe what you are giving as an answer is not what the examiner wants. And the second strategy is using this one. Pardon me, what do you mean by consumerism? Okay, so whenever it happens that there is a specific word that is difficult for you to understand, or maybe this is the first time in your life that you are hearing this specific word, there is no need to be worried. Ask the examiner to explain a little bit. But by this way, pardon me, what do you mean by? Okay, some students ask, okay, can you paraphrase it? It's not a good strategy, because when you say, can you paraphrase it, first of all, it's a kind of order. And after that, it shows that you haven't understood anything in the question. But you just didn't understand one specific word. So again, whenever it happens, pardon me, what do you mean by? And after that, say the word. The examiner says, I mean, okay? Do not start answering. The third possibility, sometimes you heard the question, but you're not sure that what you have understood is exactly what the examiner wants to know or not. In other words, you understood the question, but you're not sure that what you have understood is correct or not. And this is a very, let's say, problematic situation. Because sometimes you answer the question, your answer is relevant to the question, but the problem here is that this is not what the examiner wants. And in this specific situation, it is very important to make sure of what you have understood. Okay, so when it happens, you can say, excuse me, are you asking me that? And after are you asking me that, restate what you have understood. After are you asking me that, say what you have understood to check if it's correct or not. For example, the question is, how can governments balance mass tourism benefits with environmental issues? So you're a little bit confused and you don't know if it's right or wrong. You start like this, pardon me, are you asking me that how governments can balance the benefits of tourism with the problems that tourism can cause? Is it what you want to know? Or for example, the question is, why do you think different people in different ages listen to different types of music? You listen to the question, but you're not that much sure. It's not like this. Sorry, are you asking me that why elderly people listen to specific kind of music while young adults listen to a completely different type? Is it that what you want to know? Did I understand the question correctly? So if what you have understood is correct, the examiner says yes, of course. And if it's not what they want to know, they will say no. I mean, and then they paraphrase the question. And the interesting point here is that most of the time examiners love this strategy because it shows that you're listening to them attentively, you haven't memorized anything, you're open to real communication, and all of these things can build trust between you and your examiners. So again, this tip, this strategy, asking for clarification in IELTS Speaking Part 3 is essential because based on my own experiences as an IELTS mock examiner, I have seen that most of candidates are very stressed out. And naturally speaking, whenever you're stressed out, you may make mistakes understanding. So, because of the fact that you won't lose any score for asking for clarification, please use these strategies whenever there is confusion in the question that you want to answer. Knowing that, I want you to start practicing again. And if you're practicing and you know that maybe one of these 3 ways can be helpful, please ask. Okay? So, get ready for another round of practice.